Hello student. Today we will talk about the comparative study of the Annelida, Arthropoda and Mollusca. So all the questions which are related with the Annelida, Arthropoda and Mollusca I tried to mix in this lecture. Okay, so seriously you should read it. Not one time, 2-3 times if you are watching this video, so 100% you can solve the question. As first heading in Annelida, that is introduction. So in introduction, suppose that we are going to discuss about the species. So how many species present in Annelida? 9,000 species present in Annelida, and these animals are metamerically segmented. It means each segment have a fixed organ. Similarly, here in Arthropoda there are 9 lakh species, and largest phylum, that is, it is largest phylum because 2/3 species of the total species which are present in animal kingdom are belongs only in Arthropoda. And second thing is this, that arthropods are known as arthropods because they have jointed appendages. Second thing, in Mollusca, so Mollusca, it is second largest phylum because there are 16,000 species present. And very interesting point is here that body is covered by soft skin, that is known as the mental or pallium. And this mental or pallium secrete calcium, cell of the calcium carbonate, and this cell is not present only in one animal, that is octopus. This is very important point for examination, this point, so all the students should learn it. After that, habitat and habitat. So as in habitat and habitat in Annelida, they may found in seawater, freshwater and terrestrial. So only one example in seawater you should learn as Nereis, and freshwater you know Hirudinea, and Hirudinea also known as leech. And terrestrial, so earthworm, you know that earthworm is found in the moist soil by making burrows. Similarly, here in case of Arthropoda, some animals live in seawater and some live in freshwater, some live in air. It means they can fly in air. So the animal which live in seawater, in his one is very important, that is known as Limulus, and Limulus also known as king crab. Okay, and it is living fossil, that's why it is very important. Freshwater, in which Delphinia, at least one example you should learn as freshwater Delphinia. So Delphinia is the freshwater. After that, land animal, in which cockroach, locust, several animal you know, but at least 2 example you should learn here. In air, which can fly in air as housefly and mosquito, 2 example you may learn here. Similarly, here in case of the mollusca, so these are also found in seawater, freshwater, and some found in terrestrial species, places. So as fresh in ocean, octopus, sepia, loligo and unio. Learn this point. Octopus, sepia, loligo and unio. These are very important name. Okay. After that, freshwater. So you know, freshwater, seawater, and also found in terrestrial space. Which animal found in these all 3 habitat? So answer will be snail. Similarly here, now body form. So what kind of the body present in these phylums? So first of all, in Annelida, body is elongated and metamerically segmented. What kind of the body? Metamerically segmented. That's why name is annules. Annules means ring. Annelida, it means ring bearer. After that, in Arthropoda, here also metameric segmentation present and body covered by chitinous exoskeleton. This is very important thing. Due to the presence of the chitinous skeleton in insecta mainly, so these are more successful animal. It means arthropods have 9 lakh species, and these are most successful animal due to this reason, because their body is covered by chitinous exoskeleton. Okay, that is very interesting point here. After that, body can be divided into 3 parts. First is known as head, thorax and abdomen. So 3 body can be divided into 3 parts. Sometimes head and thorax are fused and make cephalothorax. Sometimes thorax and abdomen fuse and make trunk. So in this way, but actually body, in case of the insecta, you can divide the body clearly into head, thorax and abdomen. Similarly, in case of the mollusca, very interesting point here, unsegmented body. It means no metameric segmentation, no segment. After that, body covered by calcareous cell, you know, that is secreted by the skin, that is known as mental pallium. After that, coelom. So you know all these have caesocoel. Caesocoel, it means a coelom which is found by the mesoderm, by the splitting of the mesoderm. That's why all three have caesareal. So caesareal present in all three cases. After that, locomotion. So locomotory organ, what are the locomotory organ in case of the annelida, if any person asking to you? So you know two types of the locomotory organ, first CT and second parapodia. CT present in case of earthworm, parapodia present in Nereis. But very interesting point here in case of the Nereis, because CT are embedded in parapodia. It means parapodia are the locomotory organ, but here CT are embedded. CT are the chitinous S-shaped structure. Okay, and locomotory organ absent in which animal? So absent in case of the leech. Leech means Hirudinea. Or you know, so how the leech can move? So leech can move by the muscles of body. It means bringling type of the movement shown by the leech. After that, in case of the arthropoda, what are the locomotory organs? So answer will be leg. In case of the insecta, 3 pair leg and two pair wings are present, but in another cases sometimes 4 pair legs are present. But in case of the class insecta, 3 pair leg and 2 pair wings are present. Similarly here in case of the mollusca, you know molluscans are slowest creature. It means they are very slow animal, and they have the locomotory organ as foot in case of the snail and arm present in case of the octopus. But mainly animals have foot for the locomotion and arm present in case of the octopus. Okay, now digestive system. So here again several questions are given as complete alimentary canal started from the annelida, because before it in so actually complete alimentary canal formed in case of the Escalmenthes, but here complete alimentary canal present, and salivary gland first time formed in case of the annelida. Similarly here in case of the arthropoda, so alimentary canal complete, and you know crop and gizzard found. You know crop and gizzard also found in alimentary canal of the bird, but here crop and gizzard also present, and digestive glands present, salivary gland present, all things present here. It means digestive system is well developed. Similarly here in case of the mollusca, alimentary canal complete, and behind the mouth, it means mouth contain one pile-like rasping organ, which help in rasping the food. So it have pile-like structure that is known as the radula. Actually it is jaw-like structure in which transfer chitinous teeth are present. It means in which teeth are present in transfer row, which are consisted by the chitin. So very interesting point. Radula. What is radula? It is a rasping organ found in mollusca, mainly in gastropoda, it's in snail. Okay, and here transfer row of the chitinous teeth present. Now respiration, very important point here. As you know that respiration in case of the annelids by moist skin, but you know in Nereis skin is not moist. That's why skin of the parapodia help in respiration. That's why here it is given that most moist skin and skin of the body and parapodia, because the skin of the parapodia help in respiration in case of the Nereis. After that, arthropoda, different types of the respiratory organs present in case of the arthropoda. As you know that gill. So gill, book, lungs and trachea, these are the respiratory organs. So first question is this, that gill present in, so in which class? So crustacea. In which class? Crustacea. And example of the crustacea class, so prawn and crab. So crab and prawns are found which have the gills. After that, book gill present in case of the limulus. You know limulus is also known as the king crab, and king crab is living fossil. So this is only one example. Okay, so in Meroistoma I told that OMA-CID, in which M means Meroistoma, and in Meroistoma limulus present. Limulus means king crab, and king crab is a living fossil, and it have respiratory organ, book gill. Very important point here. After that, in class Arachnida, in which scorpion and spiders are found, they have the locomotory organ which are known as book lungs. What? So these are known as book lungs. Very important point here. These are book lungs. Okay. Then tracheal system, or you can say respiratory tubes, which are very efficient, because each respiratory means one tube, air-filled tube reached near to the tissue. That's why insects have ability to fly, because very fast oxygen can reach near to tissue or cell. So tracheal system are respiratory tubes present in case of the insecta. After that, respiratory organ in case of the mollusca. So you know molluscan, if molluscans found in water, then they have the gills. Gill also known as the ctenidium. But very interesting point here that gill is not help only in respiration, but you can say that gill also help in excretion. That is unique point. And when these are present in terrestrial space, so they have lungs. Sometimes one molluscan as snail, which is when present in water, it use gill, and when it is found in terrestrial space, it use lungs. Similarly, now circulatory system, very interesting point here in circulatory system. So you know, in case of the Annelida, in invertebrate, annelids have closed blood vascular system. That is very important point. So circulatory system, closed type of the circulatory system present in Annelida, but in case of leech, open type of the blood vascular system present. That is very, very important. Okay, so in leech there is what kind of the circulatory system? Open, because blood filled inside the hemocyanomic channel, or you can say that tubes which are formed by the coelom. Real tubes are not found. But in case of the earthworm and in case and Nereis, there are complete closed blood vascular system found. Okay, and blood vascular system also have heart present, blood vessels present, blood vessels connected to each other. Second thing is this, that in their blood, means in plasma, respiratory pigment present. This respiratory pigment is hemoglobin or erythrochronin. Very interesting point. Hemoglobin or erythrochronin is a respiratory pigment, and similar to you, it means like to man, these respiratory pigment help to transport oxygen. But main difference is this, that in our blood, hemoglobin present inside the RBC, but here hemoglobin dissolve into the plasma. Similarly, here in case of the arthropoda, open type of the blood vascular system present, but think heart present, blood vessel present, but blood vessels are not connected to each other. That's why blood filled inside the body cavity, that is known as hemocoel, and respiratory pigment also absent. So this is very interesting point here. Open blood vascular system, but heart present, blood vessels present, but these are not connected to each other. Similarly, here in case of the mollusca, open type except class Cephalopoda. In which class? A मेरी problem GS physics chemistry. So last is C, and C is means Cephalopoda. So in class Cephalopoda, you know, octopus is one animal. So octopus have what kind? Closed type of the blood vascular system. Otherwise, all the molluscans have open type of the blood vascular system. And very interesting, important point here, that these animal have respiratory pigment that is copper containing and known as hemocyanin. So what kind of the pigment present here? That is known as hemocyanin. Then so they also have the respiratory pigment that is known as the hemocyanin, and it is copper containing. Then next, after that, excretory system. So what are the excretory organ in case of the Annelida? So answer will be nephridia. So nephridia present, as you know, in case of the earthworm, three types of the nephridia present: septal nephridia, pharyngeal nephridia, and integumentary nephridia. And in arthropoda, you know, in arthropoda, animal found in water, land, and air. That's why there are different types of the excretory organ also. So excretory organ, Malpighian tubule present in all, mainly in insecta, but also present in all animal. Green gland, which are known as antennal gland, found in class Crustacea. And in class Crustacea, I taught to you before that there is a prawn. What is the name of the animal? Prawn. So prawn have green gland. It means in base of the antennae. After that, coxal gland. Coxal gland present in class Arachnida. In which class? Arachnida. And in class Arachnida, there are scorpion and spider. So scorpion and spider have coxal gland in their leg, because the first part of the leg is known as coxa. So in coxa region it is present. After that, in mollusca, so molluscan have excretory organ that is known as organ of Bogenus, and second, Cabers organ. Cabers organ present near to the heart in pericardium. That's why it is known as pericardial gland also. So first, organ of Bogenus, second, Cabers organ, and gills. But I taught to you before that gills is a respiratory organ, but it also help in help in excretion. That's why it is unique point here. Now sensory system. So most students do not know that in case of the Annelida sensory organs present or not. Yes, present here. In case of the nares, prostomium, it means before the first segment there is a outgrowth, that is known as prostomium. So in prostomium there are cirri. So cirri are present and pulp also present. So pulp and cirri are the sensory organ. After that osmophilic granules also present. So only you should learn the name. Osmophilic granules also present, which help in make sensation. After that, in earthworm, photoreceptor present in skin and prostomium. So more photoreceptor present in prostomium. Due to this reason, earthworm can understand this is daytime or night. Similarly here in arthropoda, antennae. Antennae are the main, and antennae are sensitive for touch and smell. Simple eye and compound eye present. These are photoreceptors. So simple eye also known as ocellus, and with the help of ocellus there is no vision, only they can understand light or dark. But in compound eye, mosaic vision is formed. Second thing, interesting point, statocyst. I told you most aquatic animal have balancing organ, that is known as statocyst. So here statocyst also present. As I taught to you that in Ctenophora all animals have statocyst. That was very important point here. After that, in mollusca, sensory tentacles present, but these are sensitive only for the touch, and simple eye as similarly here, and statocyst as balancing organ. But main point is ospiridium, and that is important point, because ospiridium, with the help of the ospiridium, they can check the quality of water. It means they can check chemical nature of the water with the help of ospiridium. This point is very, very important. After that, nervous system. So nervous system in all three cases is similar, because nervous system is consist by brain and double ventral nerve cord, and brain is consist by two pair of the ganglia, one suprapharyngeal and one subpharyngeal or subiesopharyngeal. So you can say as that brain is consist by two pair ganglia, and from lower side ganglia, one pair which are present in lower side, they make what? They are connected by double ventral nerve cord. Don't think that single, otherwise single present in case of the vertebrata. Here double ventral nerve cord present, and this is similar in case of the arthropoda and mollusca, so no need to discuss here. After that, reproductive system. So animals are, what kind of the animals are here? Monoecious in case of the Annelida. Some animals are monoecious as leech, and earthworm are monoecious, means hermaphrodite. But nares is dioecious. After that, internal fertilization take place in nares, because these are dioecious, male and female are separate. So here internal fertilization take place. But in case of the monoecious animal, fertilization take place in cocoon. It means outside from the body. That's why it is known as what kind? External fertilization. So external fertilization take place in case of monoecious animal. Meaning is this, that in leech and earthworm. But internal fertilization take place in case of nares. After that, here in arthropoda, animal are dioecious and mostly oviparous. Okay, but scorpion is viviparous. Very, very important. It produces child one. So it is viviparous. Okay, fertilization mainly take place in internal, and mostly if you are going to discuss about the arthropods, so always and which live in land. So all insect which present in land, they are mainly showing what kind of the fertilization? Internal. Then in mollusca, dioecious and monoecious both kind of the animal present, but here learning point, dioecious animal, phyla, sepia, loligo and octopus, these are dioecious, and monoecious, Aplasia and Doris. Now very, very important point, development. So in case of the Annelida, direct development or indirect development, two types of the development take place. So direct development in earthworm and leech. Okay, and indirect development in case of nares, and here larva, tocophore larva present. That is very important point for you. Similarly here in development in case of arthropoda, so direct development in silverfish. Indirect development, it means larva present. So as in butterfly and moth, caterpillar larva present. In housefly, maggot larva. In beetle, grub. And in case of the mosquito, wiggler larva present. This is very, very important. That's why I add here. Similarly here, in case of the mollusca, development direct, but mostly indirect with larva. Sometimes direct and sometimes indirect. So indirect larva development larva present. As you know, common larva is known as tocopher. You know, tocopher larva present in Annelida. Here also present. That's why it is common larva. Hence, we can say that molluscans are developed from annelids. Second, vinegar larva present in case of the pila, and in case of the Unioglossidium larva present. Very, very important. And you know, in last 1-2 year before, this question is given: which larva is ectoparasite in fish? So Glossidium larva of Unio is ectoparasite in fish. Okay, but you know, in some molluscans are showing direct development, in which sepia, loligo, and octopus without any larva. Now, last point I am going to talk here, as in case of the arthropoda, metamorphosis in insect. Only in insect I am telling, because insect, they, you know, more than 7 lakhs, it means approx you can say 7.8 7.5 lakh species present in insecta. So insects are more in number, and their metamorphosis is different. So you know, after hatching, when young one is come out, so sometime young one come out, sometime larva is formed, sometime young one, that is known as nymph, are made, and their development is slow. So on the basis of the metamorphosis, we can divide all insect into 5 quality or category. These are known as ametabolous, plurometabolous, hemimetabolous, holometabolous, and hypermetabolous. Okay, I will discuss it in next video. Okay, this is very interesting and important point. Okay, thank you.